Hey, I'm Matt. Welcome to my joint venture platform. Let me give you a quick background and then we can dive into exactly how we can partner and make money together. Spoiler alert, it involves 3xing the average assignment fee and it works in all 50 states. I'm going to tell you how I got involved in this method in South Carolina, but let me say this technique is worth considering in all 50 states. Briefly, in 2024, South Carolina passed some of the strictest anti wholesaling laws in the country. Effectively, what this law boils down to is we in South Carolina can still assign contracts, but we can no longer market those contracts. As a result, I went from blasting out deals to essentially the whole world to working with a small group of folks that I know, like, and trust. The downstream effect of this, smaller buyer pool, resulted in smaller assignment fees. So I started looking for ways to boost profitability without risking legal trouble. That's when I discovered installment contracts, and truthfully, at first, I resisted fully. I thought they sounded overly complicated and unnecessarily burdensome. And, I was used to those quick hitter assignments clean, easy, fast. But then I started using these installment contracts, and something surprising happened. My assignment fees tripled. And let me tell you, 3xing my profit per deal erased a whole lot of skepticism. Here's the basic idea behind the installment agreements, and these are nothing new, guys. Yes, there's like communities and courses built around this method, but I'm not here to be anybody's guru or to sell you anything. My interest is simply for us to potentially work together so that we can create opportunities where we make more money together than we would individually. The cool thing about the installment agreement is it gives you true and legal equitable interest in a property, meaning that nobody can come in and steal your deal and you gain full control of that deal. Once you have this equitable interest, there's a ton of things you can do with the deal, but I think the best approach is just to take it to the MLS where we can reach the largest buyer pool and fully maximize our spreads. In order to obtain this equitable interest to do these installments, we have to put skin in the game. So we pay the seller some non-refundable payments in installments in exchange for this equitable interest. It's clean, it's legal, it's scalable. One thing you might be thinking is, if the goal is to get the deal to the MLS, why are you not just using a novation agreement? And the truth is, novation agreements do address this problem of how do I get a deal that's off market onto the MLS without fully closing on it and reaching the largest buyer pool in the world. And listen, people have made a ton of money with novation agreements. There's nothing right or wrong here. If you love novations, fantastic, do them. But here's why I think installment contracts are far superior to solve that issue of how do I get this deal onto the marketplace, again, without fully closing on that deal. First, novation agreements operate in a bit of a legal gray zone. You're skirting the line of acting like a real estate broker without a license, potentially. Second, you don't really have true equitable interest. You're sort of middlemanning without true control of the deal. And third, novations, typically require you to get a power of attorney from the seller to list the property. This is legally fraught. Power of attorney was never designed for third-party real estate decisions. And if things go sideways, if your seller gets weird, it can become troublesome and messy. And that's something I'm always looking to avoid. Installment agreements basically remove all of that risk. We get the equitable interest, we get it recorded and secured. We can now list, market, and sell retail legally and transparently. There's no need for power of attorneys or broker gray areas. And this is what I love. Once the seller signs our docs, they are never involved in that transaction again. They do not sign any listing agreements, any final closing docs, nothing. It's really clean. It's fully compliant. We get our properties in the MLS and we get the largest spreads. In the next video, I'd like to show you exactly how we can partner together to structure these installment deals nationwide in all 50 states, and how I can handle the heavy lifting while we share in profits together. let's get to work.